Greetings. Guess what time of year it is? That's right, spooky season is here, and to kick things off, I wanted to share some of my favorite spooky content. Everything from movies, music, video games. Just stick around, because it's gonna be a total scream. But before we get started, please do me a favor. Click that subscribe button as well as the bell to get notified when I drop new content. Honestly, this will look good on you when you move on to the next life. So just do the thing. It helps me, it's free, just do the thing. When it comes to mixing punk and hardcore with spooky themes, no band does it better than AFI, especially in the late 90s. They released an EP called the All Hallows EP that is 4 songs of Halloween goodness. Next up on this essential list, and to be honest, this band belongs on every spooky playlist, and that is Nick Cave and the Bad Seeds. Their sound is a mixture of gothic rock, blues, post-punk, classical, and more, creating a very unique sound. The song Red Right Hand is probably their most notable one. It perfectly captures their signature sound. For years, creepy synth music and horror films have gone hand in hand. And with the release of Stranger Things, there's been a massive resurgence into Synthwave. One of my favorites is Magic Sword. They're a 3-piece group that perform wearing cloaks and glowing masks to hide their identity. Each record they release comes with a comic book to tell the story of the Magic Sword. Check out the song In the Face of Evil. Who's down for some gross out toy ASMR?
That's nasty.
In the 90s and the early aughts, survival horror games were huge. The biggies in the genre, Resident Evil and Silent Hill. But there were movies and a hero that appeared long before we went to the Black Hills Forest of Burkittsville.
Groovy.
I'm talking about Evil Dead, Hail to the King. Released in 2000, the game takes place after the events of Army of Darkness, in which Ash is having nightmares about the infamous cabin and decides to return to confront the forces of evil. This game blends traditional survival horror mechanics like puzzle solving and item management, but you get to battle deadites. If you love the world that Sam Raimi and Bruce Campbell created, then you're going to enjoy this. Let's journey back in time to the American Wild West. This is one where gunslingers collide with the supernatural. Darkwatch is a gritty, first-person shooter that combines elements of Western and horror themes together. You get the chance to play as Jericho Cross, the outlaw turned vampire who joins the mysterious Darkwatch to fight the supernatural. A gunslinging vampire in the Wild West. Do I really need to say anything else? Still with us? I know it's kind of creepy, but you good? All right. Growing up, watching Rankin and Bass stop-motion movies like Santa Claus is Coming to Town, Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer was a staple to my childhood. But that's not all that they did. I'm here to talk about the 1967 cult classic called Mad Monster Party. Mad Monster Party is the story about Baron Boris von Frankenstein, a famous scientist who decides to retire and calls together a meeting of all the classic monsters to announce his successor. However, things take a surprising turn when the Baron names his nephew. This decision triggers a hilarious power struggle among the monsters, filled with musical numbers, slapstick humor, and ghoulish fun. If you're a fan of classic horror and you like a little bit of comedy as well, add this to your watch list. It's fun, it's quirky, plus you have Boris Karloff voicing Frankenstein. Typically when you mention the word Disney, you immediately go to animated features. And in the 70s and 80s, there were some gems, but there's one that stands out amongst these during that time period, and that is Something Wicked, This Way Comes. Released in 1983, Something Wicked This Way Comes is a fantasy horror film based on Ray Bradbury's haunting novel. In the quiet town of Greentown, Illinois, a mysterious carnival train arrives one October night, bringing with it an eerie atmosphere and the mysterious Mr. Dark. Will Holloway, the son of the local librarian, and his adventurous friend Jim Nightshade quickly realize that this carnival is no ordinary spectacle. As the sinister secrets of Mr. Dark's true intentions are revealed, Will and Jim must confront their darkest fears and find the courage to protect their town from a malevolent force that thrives on human suffering. I remember vividly watching this on the Disney Channel as a kid. I was fascinated, obsessed, and completely creeped out. It is an eerie and unnerving film. With spooky season here, there's so much that we can do. Not just listening to records or watching movies or playing video games for that matter, but there's events. What are some of your favorite Halloween spooky-based events? Let me know in the comments. I want to hear from you. Thank you so much for watching, and remember, until next time, be good.